SSG dropping Phony has to be one of the worst decisions in ALGS history. And here's why. Welcome back to the Apex Morning Shift, your #1 ALGS morning show on the planet. That is a fact. All right, we got a few important things to talk about today, so let's get right into it. Starting with ALGS Champs that has been announced to take place on January 29th in Sapporo, Japan. Super stoked. Look at how beautiful the arena is going to be. It's called Daiwa House Primus Dome. Super pretty. Can't wait. Very stoked. Now, if you're wondering what teams will attend Champs, you've clicked on the right video. Based on Split 1 and Split 2 playoffs, here are the 32 teams by playoff points that qualify for ALGS Champs. Now, since there are 40 teams that compete at LAN, the remaining 8 teams will qualify through the Last Chance Qualifiers. 2 teams from NA, 2 teams from APAC North, 2 teams APAC South, and 2 teams from EMEA. Now, at the time that you're watching this, APAC North just had their Last Chance Qualifiers, and the 2 teams that will be attending Champs are Meteor and Reignite. Woo! Congratulations to both teams. Now for NA, EMEA, and APAC South, their Last Chance Qualifiers will take place this upcoming weekend starting Friday, September 13th. As for the format of the qualifiers, here's how it's going to work. The qualifiers are going to start with a winners round 1, where Group 1 will play 8 matches, and Group 2 will also play 8 matches. After that, the overall top 20 teams will qualify for the winners round 2, and the bottom 20 teams are going to be bumped down to a losers round 1. Then the top 10 of the winners will go straight to the finals, and the bottom 10 of winners plus the top 10 of losers will play in a losers round 2, and the top 10 of that will make it to finals. And then in the finals, the top 2 qualify for Champs. My prediction, KCP, Onmu, Gent, Deeds, and Team Espresso, Stunny, Not Dan, and our cameraman, Kana NGR. No bias at all. Now, LCQ is quite exciting, which I know has some of you wanting to compete, which is why I've decided to partner up with Ryvals. I'm excited to announce that I will be hosting pay-per-kill tournaments with them every other weekend. What's so unique about them is that they make competitive gaming accessible to everyone, not just to pro players. Every pay-per-kill match, you get paid per kill, which is wonderful for anyone that decides to sign up. So if this interests you, make sure to click the link in my description to their website. Make sure you follow them on Twitter and join my Discord, as we're going to keep you guys updated on the tournaments. All right, back to the show. Now, the story of this week is Rostermania 2.0. The amount of roster changes since last weekend is insane. So much drama. So let's take a look at what we have so far. Fnatic and Nose Fox made a trade. Satuki for Melstera. FaZe Clan dropped Arctic, so now it's Synetic and Nags looking for one. Strafing Flame leaves Legend Gaming. This one surprised me a lot. Now, as for North America, Rostermania is in full effect. We have Luxferty leaving E8 to join Native with Snipedown, Vayne, and Coach Dan, which I don't know how to feel about this squad, but I've always liked Snipedown and Coach Dan together, so we'll see how this goes. High hopes for them. Now, another roster change is Chaotic announcing that he will be moving back to the UK due to personal reasons, so Cloud9 is now looking for one. I think Chaotic going to play with Synetic and Nags on FaZe would be absolutely awesome. I would love to see that. As for Cloud9, I think Shooby would be a great fit for them. For those of you wondering, but isn't Shooby with Bleed? Not anymore. Bleed dropped Shooby. Bleed's IGL dropped, mentioned on stream that they're looking for an aggressive fragger type of player that could also co-IGL dropped. Now, the one ideal player that comes to mind when you say that, to me, would be Lou. I wouldn't be surprised if he left Complexity to go join Bleed. And just like that, right as I finished recording this video, Bleed announced that they were running the Boom TV tournament with Noct, Dropped, and Lou. So I don't know what this means for the future of Bleed. I don't know if this is a trial or if this is confirmed, but all I can say is Lou with Bleed is looking good. All right, back to the show. But the reason why I say Lou especially is because Lou played with Noct at EWC under Coach Raven, who's also Bleed's coach. I think they would do well with Dropped. We'll have to wait and see. However, the main story of this week is Space Station Gaming's breakup. As most of you know, IGL Phony was dropped from SSG. Now, when it was announced at the beginning of the week, I know it came out as a big shock to everybody because who the hell wins a major and then drops their IGL right after? Well, based on Xynew's tweet, the boys had mutually agreed to split up before the playoffs. He said, there was a lot of internal team problems that the public didn't know about going on during our time together. After EWC, we decided to just give it our all going into playoff 2 and brought Dawn on board to help with the vibes on the team. We all had pretty much made up our minds going into the LAN that this would be our last tourney as a full roster. Overall, I think we can all agree that it couldn't have ended better and really enjoyed my time playing with Phony and wishing him the best. A few days later, after seeing all the drama unfold and the backlash from the community, mainly siding with Phony, Koiful tweeted this out, clearing up the drama. The team's environment was terrible for months. It seemed like Phony was fed up with me and Xynew way before we won. There was times I definitely could have been better teammate to Phony, but the same can be said to him. All I wanted was to try and make the team work and fix our issues, but I felt as if everything was too far gone to be fixed. Even with Don helping us inside and outside of the game, it still didn't feel like it was enough to bring things back to how it used to be. I wish no bad on Phony and wish him the best of luck. Which, not gonna lie, didn't really clear up drama. He just basically blamed Phony. And then Phony finds out that Xynew and Koi aren't mutually splitting up like they had agreed upon. Instead, they're sticking together for champs and looking for a new IGL. Phony then addresses it on stream, and here's what he had to say.
Xynew and Koi, if you're both in the chat right now, how does that even make sense? I understand that we agreed mutually to split up afterwards, but if we're gonna agree mutually to split up, that means all of us. That means literally all of us. Why would I give up a champ spot? Why would I give up a chance at playing at champs over bad relations of the team? That makes zero sense. I'm not trying to make you look bad. I'm perfectly fine with playing with you guys. If we mutually agreed as a group that we don't want to play together, that means literally all three of us would not be playing together at champs, meaning we will all be looking for a team. Why the f would I give up a chance at playing at champs just because we couldn't figure something out? And when we had Dawn, we figured it out. You were saying that even if we won, we were splitting up. Yes, we were probably going to split up even if we won. If we couldn't get Dawn, it was 100% not going to happen. That's what I told everybody. I said if we couldn't get Dawn, there's no way our team can mature from this. Because you guys literally couldn't mature and grow the f up. Like, actually pissing me off. I was down to work with you guys from the fucking get-go, but somehow you guys have a fucking hate vendetta against me. If we were mature about the situation, you would literally stay with me as a teammate and actually fucking talk to me. Koi doesn't say a single word to me. When you guys lifted the trophy, you guys lifted it together. I was on the fucking sideline. When we celebrated, I celebrated by myself. So you guys need to both grow the fuck up. You guys act like I didn't fucking try for this team. It wasn't what was best for the team, bro. If you guys actually thought about me as a fucking teammate, maybe then I'd actually fucking care about something.
When it comes to drama, I'm not a fan of taking sides, but it's clear as day that the immaturity coming from Xynew and Koi is the main reason for their downfall. It's also pretty sad to see that when they won, Phony was pretty much celebrating alone, and he was the only one who didn't have his hands on the trophy. Now, no matter how they treated each other and how everything went down, it is completely unacceptable to see Phony not have his hand on the trophy after winning first place. Very heartbreaking to see. Very unfortunate. Now, this downfall started when SSG made the decision to drop their coach, Dan, who's now coaching for Native Gaming, a very reputable and one of the best coaches in the game. And this happened when they were second place in the regular season of Pro League. Now, I've been seeing a lot of comments saying, karma for Phony after snaking Snipe Down last year. Yes, the way Phony handled things with Snipe Down wasn't ideal and it wasn't the most mature route. However, this has nothing to do with the current situation. Point is, the boys managed to win first place with these ongoing issues. So I truly believe that if they sat down, grew up, and actually worked on fixing those differences, they could go a long way together. Anyway, a very unfortunate outcome for SSG, a team that had the potential to be one of the best, if not the best team in the world. Now, as for SSG, there is a confirmed replacement for Phony, but due to non-disclosure agreements, I must keep my mouth shut. So I don't even know why I brought it up. I know a lot of you are going to be pissed that I'm not saying who, but keep an eye out for social media. It will be announced very soon. In the meantime, let me know down in the comments who you think it is. As for the other rosters, I don't think they should be making any big decisions right now, since we don't know what the meta will be looking like in January. As for me, that's it for today's episode of your #1 ALGS morning show on the planet. Make sure to turn notifications on, follow Ryvals and myself on Twitter. New episode every Tuesday, and I'll catch you guys next week. Take it easy, like and subscribe. Peace. I didn't even get to drink most of my water.